Check, check, mic check. There we go. Hello, world. Hello, my 3%ers. Hello to those of you who are new here. This channel was made for the people like me. And if you grew up with dandelions in your front yard and you had a backyard in your own room, to parents who hid their relationship turmoils from you, then this channel probably isn't for you. But for those of you who grew up like me, where the future always looks bleak, insert your life here. I'm going to speak on mine. The child of a 16/17-year-old who then went into dancing, never knowing his father, whatever the reasons may be for. And on top of that, being biracial, probably more than that, but you know what I'm saying? This channel was made for the kids that are from a background that isn't necessarily talked about in the world. And it's the kids who come from something that's nothing. And if you aren't one of those kids, then this channel isn't for you. Growing up, not really having a stable lifestyle, not really having a stable family, not having stable love. You look out into the world and you don't see yourself. And you look out on TV shows and movies and things like that that are fit to entertain us, and you don't see yourself. And the world will start to make you think that somehow you are a mistake. That somehow your existence isn't purposeful. Because you look around you and nothing tells you that you're special. That you're worthy to be loved. You're worthy to have people be proud of you. And you're worthy to accomplish things. You see, when you grow up the way that we did, life has a way of kicking you when you start to look up. I don't know if you ever been in a fight or been jumped, but you can be down and there'll be a moment of when you start to look up. And that's when a foot or a fist comes and hits you and puts you back down. That's what life does to you when you come from the backgrounds that we come from. And so even when you think that you're getting away, you always have this feeling in the back of your mind that you're not getting away, because inevitably things go wrong. or so they may seem. But I'm here today to tell you that you are special. And if nobody's told you that, let me be the first to tell you, you are special. Why? What makes me so special? Your existence in itself is what makes you special. And if nobody's ever told you, the fact that you are here and alive is special in itself. To have made it from the other world, through your parents, out of your mother, into this world at this time, to live as long as you've lived, to be able to even see this is special. I remember once my mom telling me that I could have had an older brother or sister, but they didn't make it. Let's just say they're ghost babies. And I somehow made it through. Divine? Coincidence? By chance? That is what I'm here to answer for you today. People who know me in the past knew me to be a fun, loving guy. And I'm still that guy, but as I've matured, I've learned the seriousness of certain aspects of life. And the seriousness of which you need to understand how special you are is paramount. Because there will never be another you here on this realm. Ever again. And even if somehow you believed in reincarnation, you wouldn't be you, the you that you are right now. Something different would take place. Something would happen where there would be a change. And so you wouldn't be you. And if you're not you, then who are you? The fact that you are here in whatever year that we call it is, in whatever time frame of which you're seeing this, shows how special you truly are. And your existence has choices. It can either have purpose or not. And the only person who's going to really be able to decide that is yourself. And the only way that you're going to decide to really do something, whatever it may be with your life, is you got to realize how special you are. Because something that is special has purpose. And so maybe you came from an even worse situation than mine. You have to know that there was a reason. And there's something within you that the world needs. Whether you're the greatest bum to ever live or you're a billionaire and everything in between. Life needed your existence or else you wouldn't exist. And the things that you've gone through have helped shape and mold you to help you realize how special you are and how much the world needs you. And a lot of people, the first thing that they will ask is, why me? I have this short leg. Why me? I got one big nut, one little nut. Why me? I'm really tall, but I'm dumb. Why me? Whatever it may be, you think, why me? And you have to start thinking, why not you? Who else is more fitting for the job than you? Who else has the strength and the resiliency that you have to be able to take on what it is that you're taking on? Because nobody before you has ever been you, and nobody after you will ever be you. So you are the perfect person for the job. Your task? First, to realize how special you are. Because once you can realize that you are special and that you are needed and the world desires you to be here or else you wouldn't be here, then you start to get the fuel to pursue whatever it is that is on your heart to pursue. The game has many ways to be played. How will you play it? And what will you give to the world that the world is desiring from you? Because it needs your specialty. You are one in, let's see, how many people are in the world? Somebody already been looking it up. There are 7.9 billion people in the world. We're just going to round that up and say there's 8 billion people in the world. You are one of one out of the 8 billion. And you probably hear about billion a lot, so a billion doesn't mean a lot to you. You really can't even comprehend how much a billion is. And this is like the basis of it, but let's find out, what does a billion look like? I'm gonna look it up. Because I need you to understand and I need you to see and realize how special you truly are. There's too much going on in the world and too many people feeling down and out and sad and depressed, or whatever you want to call it, because they don't know how special they are. And they think their life is worthless because they have nothing, they come from nothing, and they can't show other people that they belong. I remember feeling this way. I remember feeling like, why am I so different Why is my life so hard? Why can't my life be like my friends' lives? Why can't my life be like the people that I see's lives? Why am I here? What am I here for? And I always tried to compare myself to other people. And that's when the depression and the sadness would kick in, because you were trying to compare yourself to people who aren't you. They could never be you. You can never be them.
Here's a good visual of how much $1 billion is. So let's say 1 grain of rice is equivalent to 100K.
Let's
And
just
10
look at
grains of
this.
rice would be then a million. What is a billion? So what's that? Counting 10,000 grains of rice one by one. That $1 billion for each grain of rice. 100.
That's $1 billion. Try 8 of those. See this little rice right here? That's you. See this little pile? 8 of those. That's you.
I just bought you like a Lamborghini right here, and I didn't even notice it was gone.
Fair use. I just needed you to see a visual of how important you are. Get down. Stop. Go. Your life is quintessential to the algorithm of God. Because how can God be any and everything if God doesn't play out as any and everything? God needed you to exist so God could exist in the form that you are. God needed you to exist so God could exist in the form that you are. Your very existence is extremely important. And you can't equate that in dollar signs or how many things that you have. Those would be nice, but it doesn't equal the value of which your life is, the breath that you take is. So yeah, maybe you come from a mother who fell to solipsism and a father that you never met and you don't even know who you're growing up to look like, and a family that's shattered and no one to call on when you need help or when you're sick or when you're down and you're out. No one that truly cares on the level that those who should care for you care for you. It's because you're special. And God needed you to exist in order to be God. There's probably something that you're going through right now. Bills are piling up. You don't know what you're going to do with your life. You got plans or thoughts of plans that you want to do, but you're not sure how to truly accomplish them because you are on this journey alone. But never forget how special you are. And never forget the importance of your specialty, which is you. You are the specialty. everything that you go through, every emotion that you have, every up and every down, every moment of peace. You are the specialty. And no job and no title, no family and no friend and nobody in the world can ever give that value besides you. And the moment you start to truly accept how special you are, the less the bullshit affects you. And I'm not saying it won't affect you, but the less it will affect you. I remember watching Pokemon as a kid, and Ash and his Pokemons would be getting their ass whooped. And Ash would feel the pain. And then there would be a moment when Ash took that hat and he turned it back and he squinted his eyes a little bit to lock in. And even though something was happening and it was going wrong and it wasn't going the way that it was planned to go, he still just focused on the mission, that task. That's what a life would have for you. So when the shit gets rough, and it will, turn that cap around, dig in a little deeper, take on the pain, because it's forging you to be the greatest version of you that you could ever be. And the greatest version of you there ever will be in this realm. Own that. Honor that. Respect that. And if nobody else in the world respects it, you respect it. And if you end up being all alone, then so be it. But don't ever dim their light. Don't ever forget how special you are and you need to be for the world to exist. The world cannot exist without your existence, or else you would not have existed. How do you think the world got here? You think the world just got here by chance? Coincidence? Or is it divine? I ask you this because I've asked myself these questions. I would never ask you something that I never asked myself. And I've asked myself so that way I can ask you. You can't think that everything that has ever occurred in your life is happening to you. You can't think that everything that has occurred in your life is by happenstance. At some point, you have to grab the wheel and know that the journey before you was meant for you and needs to take place. And it's easy to get caught up in the outside world and everything that's occurring. But this is not an outward journey. This is an inward journey. The outward is here to try you. So when it's trying you, you tell it, don't try me. I'm built for this. I'm different. I'm fucking special. There's a reason why babies can't help but stare at me. There's a reason why everybody that's around me loves being around me. There's a reason why my friend group is closer when I'm around, because I'm fucking special. And I don't need to be egotistical to know that. But I say it with a sense of pride. Have that pride in yourself. Stop falling into yourself with sadness and grief and things that don't matter. You are only here for but a moment. Yesterday happened like that, the day before that, and the day before that. So what do you think that the future will hold? Do you think it'll be longer? Something within inside of you is ready to exist and show the world that you do exist. And you do it in everything that you do. How you do anything is how you do everything. And don't think that I'm here to preach to you. I'm preaching to myself as well. But in the midst of the journey, remember, you're that one little piece of rice amongst all of these pieces of rice. And it's easy for the softer mind to think, well, I'm just like all the other rice. The other rice couldn't exist unless you existed. Think of that. That pile of rice that we looked at could not exist if not every single one of those pieces of rice existed. You are special. Never forget that. And I'm here to tell you that for the people who don't tell you that or can't tell you that, or the people that used to tell you that are no longer here. You have a great calling. Share it with the world. Lock in. Because we are the 3%ers. Us. The 90% that are unaware, the 7% that don't care, the rest is us. That's all I wanted to talk about today. Just wanted to be a reminder. And when no one loves you enough to let you know how special and important you are, put this on. Until next time, everybody, stay suave, stay stupid. Mas man out.